sent to burn. Nowadays they've been calling, telling me soon gonna be my turn. Head down, walk with reason, know that when the daylight dies, I'm gonna have to face my demons. Life of sin and a life of lies. The devil's gonna come when the sun goes down. The devil's gonna come when the sun goes down. The devil's gonna come when the sun goes down. The devil's gonna come when the sun goes down.
Welcome to The Descent. Who wants to do the recap?
I can do this now.
All right.
So we start right after last episode where Tanis was kind of led into the fray by the undercover cultists who we defeated, and we promptly go into a scouting mission of the tannery. And we take a look around and we launch Operation Lock and Tree. That actually goes pretty good. We're like assassinating guards, all quiet like. We get around the perimeter and then we're about to go in when Ophelia senses something across the street, maybe a fiend watching us. That doesn't slow us down though, because we kick in the door and start taking names from there. And we kill everyone. We keep one alive, who tells us that the Master of Souls is in the basement. Tells us more about like the Cult of the Dead 3, how they operate. There's different sects. He drops the name of the Frolicking Nymph Bathhouse. So we go downstairs and the Master of Souls there, and he's like, I'm going to sacrifice you to the Lord of Bones, but we just fuck him up immediately. Explore the dungeon. We find like some dark magical stuff. It seems like that's their base. We find a series of letters that we eventually give to Zodge as we make our way to the Eastway. And he's like, dudes, good job. If you're going to accuse a Van Thamper, probably going to need more. That's a pretty serious accusation. And like start looking at the Frolicking Nymph and like the sewers underneath. It seems like from the letters, maybe that's where the operation is. And then we hear footsteps marching to the doors as Blaze Portyr enters.
That is correct. All right. So I think we get The Descent on screen. Oh, Chris, take a inspiration. You kept it pretty short. So we get The Descent on screen. It fades to black. And then it fades back in, and we get that really soft song, that what is it called? Morning. That song, the classical music Morning, as we see Scribe Bing sits at his neatly organized desk in the entryway of the Eastway Fist Station. As he settles into his morning routine of a nice, hot cup of tea. The station is quiet, with only the distant murmur of fists starting their day in the barracks. Bing carefully lifts a steaming teacup to his lips, and just as he's about to take his first sip, the door to the station suddenly bursts open, and 4 heavily armored, flaming fist soldiers march in and fan out with military precision. Attention! On your feet, fists! Blaze Portyr on deck! The sudden announcement startles Bing so bad, he spills the hot tea all over his hands, all over his robes. He's wincing and swearing as he's wiping away the mess. He barely has a moment to compose himself when Blaze Liara Portyr strides into the station. With the grace of a predator and the confidence of someone who knows exactly where they belong. She approaches Scribe Bing. Ah, Scribe Bing, is it? Do pardon the entrance, but I've always believed punctuality to be a virtue. Now, where, pray tell, is Flame Zodge? I have matters of some urgency to discuss, and I'd hate to keep the good man waiting. Yes, ma'am. He's in his office, ma'am. Good chap. She looks him over, up and down, and sees that he's, like, red and has tea spilt all over him, and she sort of nods at him. Carry on with your duties, and she leans in really close. Perhaps fetch yourself a fresh cup of tea. At ease. And 5 more heavily armored soldiers follow her in and head down the hall with her. We cut to the party in Flame Zodge's office, as you are just finishing up your briefing with Flame Zodge, when Blaze Portyr bursts in the door. Zodge stands so abruptly that he knocks over his chair in a salute. Blaze Portyr, we didn't expect you back so soon. Portyr looks over at Zodge, nods, and then turns to August, but also the party, as if expecting you to introduce yourself and your company.
Yeah, I will, salute, show due deference, and, list off the, Gauntlet, August Elderfire, the second company, and then he starts to say under Man of Roland and cuts himself off.
Okay. Pray tell, who is your man up?
Well, that's a interesting situation at the moment. He is deceased. Man of Roland.
Roland? Good man, Roland. You were under the command of the best, Gauntlet. It's a grievous loss. But soldier's duties never done. I trust his legacy will be well upheld by his company. At ease, Zodge and Elderfire, Fists. I have business with Flame Zodge, Gauntlet, but no reason you and your men shouldn't hear what I have to say. She closes the door behind her, and she begins, with her hands behind her back, folded behind her back, she begins pacing across the room. I have just arrived last night, and I have scarcely set foot in this city, and already I have been inundated with nothing but dire news. The Marshal is dead, Elturel lies in ruins, the streets are teeming with starved refugees, the gates are closed, and the Flaming Fist, our Flaming Fist, is in frantic disarray, fractured beyond recognition. And now, Manip Roland is dead. This is a state of affairs that I will not tolerate. Flame Zodge sort of gathers himself together. He picks up his chair, and still standing. Blaze Portyr, I understand the gravity of our situation, and I've been working tirelessly to address these issues. We've secured key areas of the city to maintain order, and I've put trusted officers on the streets to manage the refugee crisis as the best we can. She nods along with him. The only issue is, Blaze Beldroth of Sea Tower. He seems to have promoted himself to Marshal, and he has the support of Duke Vanthamper. She laughs. I'll not sit idly by while that oaf from Sea Tower fancies himself worthy of the Marshal's mantle. That title should fall to me, and I'll see to it that it lands precisely where it belongs. As for Beldroth, he should know better than to snatch at power with his half-baked political schemes. He's not nearly clever enough to pull it off. But on that matter, I intend to rally the remaining blazes, so that they might bring the flames into line, as it were. With the Flaming Fist behind me, the Parliament of Peers and the Ducal Council will have no choice but to follow. I've already spoke with my uncle, Duke Dillard Portyr, and I have already secured his vote. His word carries much weight in this Parliament. Now, I trust I can count on your support, Flame Zodge, and that of, and then she looks at August, your men. Zodge salutes to her again. You guys have never seen Zodge this off his game before. Zodge is usually the one, like, in control. But with Portyr around, he's like a fucking blabbering mess. But he says, yes, ma'am. Your presence here will bolster our ranks and restore confidence. You have our unwavering support. We stand ready to follow your lead. Right, men?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Splendid. Now then, Zodge, I need a full briefing on the goings-on in our fair city. But before we delve into that, Gauntlet Elderfire? Pray tell, what task has old Flame Zodge set Roland's finest to? Surely not something as pedestrian as gate duty.
Well, unfortunately for everybody, it is not nearly as pedestrian as that. It seems through our investigations of a murder spree targeting refugees specifically that the Cult of the Dead Three are taking advantage of this situation or have directly caused this situation.
The Dead Three, you say? Nasty business, that lot. I'd say you've got quite the taste for trouble. Good on you. And you're investigating murders, you said?
Yes, we tracked a series of murders of refugees with connections to knightly orders in Elturel to a tannery named Golden Hide that we conducted a raid on and put a stop to the activities there.
You see, she looks a little impressed. Cultists, murders, and a web of mystery. You've been busy. And to think, I was concerned the Flaming Fist had gone soft in my absence. But here you are, doing the job with the kind of zeal I'd expect from Roland's lot. He always did have an knack for picking the best. You are sniffing out this cult?
Yes, we are. We are following up on leads. We had plans to later this evening.
Very well. Excellent work, indeed. Continue at this pace, and we might just pull this city back from the brink, if we don't throttle each other first. A piece of advice. Don't get too comfortable. If there's one thing I know, it's that when you root out one snake, you often find there's a whole nest lurking beneath it. And something tells me you're only scratching at the tip of this particular iceberg.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
You have earned my attention, Gauntlet. Now, let's see if you can keep it. We've a city to save, and I'll be damned if we let these vermin tear it apart under my watch. When you have more to report, don't hesitate. I do so, and she'll like lean in close to you, and she'll be like, I do so hate being kept in the dark. And she'll give you like a wink. Until then, keep your wits about you. You all are dismissed.
Head out with a salute.
Mm-hmm. Very good. You guys exit out, and as she will close the door herself, and you can hear her on the other side, like, now then, Zodge, let's get down to brass tacks. And she like starts talking to him about all the shit that's going on in the city. But you guys are left to your own devices in the morning in the Eastway Fist Station.
She certainly seems like a woman in charge.
Thanks to the gods, she's arrived. Now we might actually have a competent flaming fist to protect the city again.
If Zolge is that afraid of her, imagine the Cult of the Dead Three when she gets her hands on them.
Ophelia, I think you're gonna have some competition with Jax here.
She takes a little while to respond. Elodus a little distracted. I haven't seen Jax today.
Oh. What's on your mind?
Oh, nothing. This is a welcome turn of events for sure.
All right.
What's on the agenda for today then, Gauntlet?
We have to investigate the bathhouse, but I assume it's still being used as like a front and like an actual. Is it actually operating as a bathhouse? I guess we should investigate that. But I'm expecting that it's going to be very similar to what happened at Goldenhide. But if it's a public business that people, go to, I am concerned about a bunch of random civilians being in there when we bust down the doors if we do it during the day.
Want to wait till the cover of Nightfall then?
Seems best based off what we have now, but leaves a lot of time that we're not doing much.
Vyn will speak up, and man, I almost did her voice again. I thought about it, and I was like, I can't do it. I would have to practice it. I would have to practice it before I did it. Like, remember when I did Helene and I had to practice it before I did it? I would have to practice Vyn. But anyways, she's basically going to say that, like, if there's nothing to do, she could go to the shop and, maybe handle some business at her store. If you guys want to meet up later.
Yeah, people have personal business or otherwise to attend to. I guess now's the time. We got a moment to breathe.
I have been trying to find time to go to Little Calimshan to speak with Mosif. He said he had a reward for us. Perhaps we go there.
It's the trader fellow came in with us with the unusual wares.
Very same.
Might be interesting to see what he has in store. Gauntlet?
Have any of you ever been to Little Calimshan before?
Not.
I would say probably not, but if you could find a reason why, I'm understandable of that.
Don't think so.
Okay, so you will know a little bit of information about Little Calimshan. They are very... Ooh, what's a good word? I kind of want to use the word prejudice against people of Baldur's Gate, because a long time ago, a bunch of refugees came from Calimshan to seek refuge in Baldur's Gate, and they refused entry. So they built a town outside of Baldur's Gate. And this town does not like people of Baldur's Gate. They only open their gate for a couple of hours each day for the market, and that's it. Otherwise, they do not let just random citizens live there.
Do we have it on the map somewhere?
Yeah, I'll show you where it's at. It's way over here. It's like a walled section. Yeah.
So the only question at that point is if we want to go in civilian clothes so we don't cause as much of a stir as we would otherwise.
It's not unheard of for, like, especially when the gates are open, people are allowed in. It's not like, but you don't expect like a warm welcome, or they're gonna give you a warm welcome and then fuck you over monetarily. You know what I mean?
Don't know if I've ever been before. Could be fun.
Mosif has more wares that can help us. I've gotten good use out of those earrings.
Do you have some more gold in our pocket now?
Did we turn in those 7 platinum that we found for evidence from Goldenhide, or did we pocket that? I know what Chris wants to do. I'm just curious.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that to you. Filled out paperwork last night. Did August make you give up the money?
Up to August, London would follow orders up 100%.
Yeah,
so.
probably.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, because I think I mentioned it's like, yeah, we already got a paycheck. This is our job to turn over evidence.
Yep.
Yeah, the cops don't get to keep the drug money they find. You know?
Yeah.
Civil asset forfeiture is how they make a lot of their money in the Flaming Fist, I'm sure.
For sure.
Ophelia, did you put that on your character sheet? The platinum we got in the dungeon.
I assumed we were going to trade it in, so I don't have it.
Okay,
Perfect.
that's
Yeah.
fine.
All right.
Even still, we got a good chunk of change.
Yeah, I got some gold.
All right, you guys want to head to Little Calimshan?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. You guys leave the Eastway Fist Station. The Basilisk Gate is very close by. You head on through. You see a couple of fists. Like, I think Jax is at the gate. He's on gate duty today. So as you guys go by, he'll just sort of wander over towards Ophelia and be like, hey, I waited for you last night at the training grounds. I thought you said we were gonna meet up. And he gives you a smile.
Today she's definitely a lot more subdued than usual. Like, she's kind of holding her own arms kind of tucked into herself. And we had a late night last night. My apologies for not letting you know. I assumed you turned in for the night. We came in early morning.
He notices this sort of change in behavior, and he will say, "Yeah, it's okay, no problem. Maybe I'll see you later."
Well, maybe.
Okay. Have a good one. Bye.
She continues on.
Okay. You guys enter into the horrific conditions of the refugee camp. I've already described it before. No need to go into more detail. It's awful. And you make your way through the rest of Stony Eyes. It is called this because this is a more rocky side of Duskhosk Hill. So there's just big boulders all over the place. That's why it's called Stony Eyes. But you make your way towards Norchapel and up towards... there's fucking Geo right there.
Perfect.
He didn't miss a beat either.
Let's tell him that we already killed this character. Hey, buddy!
You didn't miss
Better not
you
have.
didn't miss a fucking thing. However, I will catch you up with the players are heading towards Little Calimshan right now. I had you go home to check on the shop. And you guys are going to meet up later.
Perfect.
Okay. So you're not in this encounter, unfortunately, because I didn't know how late it was going to be. But we will get back to you. Okay?
Sounds good.
All right. You make your way towards Little Calimshan. And let me show you a handout of Little Calimshan. And I will pull up my description.
It's kind of fancy.
And I need to do something else. Perfect. Little Calimshan is a bustling district, nestled in the outer city, enclosed by tall, intricately designed walls. The main gate through these walls is only open to the public for a few short hours each day. These walls do more than outline the district. They divide it into distinct sections and act as walkways between them. Connected to the tops of these walls are wooden walkways and balconies, forming bridges that link higher up buildings, creating a network of elevated paths above the lively streets. So not only is when you enter, it is guarded by shirtless, like darker skinned men who have on either some sort of like a scarf kind of thing, or like these intricate necklaces that are of distinct colors. Like one's like red and blue, the other one's like blue and gold, and there's like 3 or 4 guys with blue and gold, and there's 3 or 4 guys with red and blue. That means something. You're not sure, but they all have spears or scimitars. The walls can be walked upon, and there is like rudimentary wooden walkways that lead off of the walls that connects the entire, like there's a whole upper city basically throughout all of Little Calimshan, where there's like the lower section of the street, and then there's these higher wooden walkways where there's just like a building in between 2 buildings that's by itself that people can enter through the top. The main thoroughfare is lined with vibrant stalls and shops selling all manner of fabrics, jewelry, and finely crafted pottery. Colorful banners and lanterns hang overhead, and intricate mosaics and vivid murals cover every building. The air is filled with the rich aroma of spices, exotic perfume, and incense, and the shouts of hawking merchants can be heard all around. And you can see it's fairly crowded for it to be this early in the morning, but it's because it's only open for a certain amount of time every day. What would you guys like to do?
So I have no idea how we're supposed to find Mosif in this place.
There's some sort of central market or something. I imagine he's selling his trinkets and whatnot.
I don't think he had any wares left to sell. He said he was going to stay with a friend.
Perhaps we could go to the market and ask around.
It's better than trying to find him just by wandering, so...
Feeling some of these vendors might be the only ones willing to talk to us. It does seem like we stand out here quite a bit.
Okay.
Is there like a channel to the...
So, basically the entire main thoroughfare that walks through the gate and into, like, under a wall, through, like, a gate in the wall, is the market.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like, as soon as you get in, it's the market. They don't want you exploring their place too much.
Clever.
You will discover, through just sort of absorbing the area around you, that each of these walled sections of the city is a different neighborhood. Or in Calimshan, they call them Drudocks. And they belong to different families. And the city is guarded by these people called Amlakars, which are those young men who were at the gate. And they represent, each neighborhood has their own Amlakars. So they do not rely on Flaming Fist or City Watch here. It is strictly the Amlakars that protect this place. It's very full of culture. So, what would you guys like to do?
Go find a merchant and just be like, do you know Mosif Malhamadi?
Get your fresh fish! Fresh fish for the pretty lady! Fish for... Hello, sir! Would you like a fish?
No, thank you. I'm actually looking for information on a friend who we helped get here safely sometime. He said he would have a reward for us.
Very good. Well, if you haven't noticed, I am a merchant. I am selling fish. Perhaps I can give you information if you buy a fish.
Maybe Perlette will want to cook fish tonight. Let me look at what do you have. Something a little less,
fish.
more mild, not fishy. You know,
Okay.
maybe like more meaty. I don't know.
Sure.
Tuna, perhaps.
He's like, oh, I have just the thing, and he like shows you. I'm not a fucking fishmonger. I don't know, but
Knucklehead trout.
it's a knucklehead. No, there's not here. But he has something for you, and it'll cost you 2 silver.
Sure. 2 silver. That's
Actually,
fine.
I lied. It's 5 silver.
You son of a bitch.
You're wearing a fist badge. Come on.
And
I'm like-
also, yeah.
Does he tell me that? He's like, 5 silver.
No. He's done this game
All right.
before.
All right. I'll be like, yes, must be some pretty goddamn good fish. All right.
They're the
And-
best in Little Calimshan.
All right. 5 silver. Very steep. Now, my
Good
friend
business.
Mosif.
Mosif.
Mosif Malamati.
I can't say I know the name, but you said you're looking. Did he just come into town?
He arrived. How many days ago did we get here? Like 4 days ago?
3. Not even that.
3? Really? It's only been 3 days. Wow. I'll just be like, yeah, 3 days ago.
Do you know what Drew Dock he's staying in?
No.
Well,
He was a merchant. He would have had a empty merchant cart when he came in, carried by 2 ox. The cart was pretty beat up. He would have had two men, the Moonies, with him.
2 blacksmiths.
2 blacksmiths, yes.
Oh, that does sound familiar. Can't tell you. I can't say I know where they went, but if you're looking for travelers, your best bet is the Oasis.
Yes, where is said oasis?
It's the Mashra, and he sort of points down the road. You can't miss it.
I'll try not to. Thank you for the fish and information.
Enjoy!
I hope I will for 5 silver.
As you walk away, you are harried by more merchants. You know, anybody want to buy a monkey? A monkey! You know, stuff like that, you know. They got like all kinds of stuff.
Is there a merchant that looks like it might be up our alley in terms of like weaponry, stuff for fighting with, magical items?
Make an investigation or perception check.
I would love to perceive what's going on here. 23.
Nice.
Yeah, you do see a merchant who has a little cart set up with an awning, and he has like an array of swords and blades lined up on his cart.
Is this something we want to check out quickly before we go to the oasis? Some of these weapons look kind of interesting.
They're very strange looking. None of the blades are just like a straight sword. It's like some kind of curved blade or encrusted with some sort of gold or whatever.
Some of these blades look quite peculiar, he says the first time.
Yeah, if a fish costs 10 is 5 silver. I'm afraid to see what these blades are going to cost. If we really need one, we should just go to Greaves for it.
Yeah, that's true.
You want to check it out?
I kind of want to at least see what's going on over here.
All right. You approach this gentleman, and he will say, "Can I interest you in a blade?" No, I don't want to do that. He'll do Russian.
Kiambi?
I wanted to do KMB. I want to be like, hey, KMB, but I can't do KMB because he's not here. Yes, the fuck I can. This is just whatever I want it to be. He says, hey, welcome to KMB's fucking magical blades. No, KMB's wondrous blades.
Ooh. Ophelia, does anything here strike your fancy, or you're more of a brick and mortar type of gal?
Just blades.
Yeah.
A quick glance.
Yeah.
Not quite up my alley, London, but if you see anything interesting, let me know.
But you should not fear. Come closer. I will show you Calimshan's greatest ability.
Come on, do tell.
He will reach underneath of his cart and pull out from underneath a curved scimitar, the blade of which is a little bit darker than steel. But it has this sort of sheen to it when it hits the light, like it's shiny as fuck, but it's still kind of a dark blade, and it looks sharp as fuck, and it has that cool curved end to it, you know, like the handle to it's like curved, and he will say, "This," and he'll whoosh, swing it around, "is Calishite steel!"
Just pure Charlin start to tip to toe.
Would Ophelia know anything about Chardolan steel? Like, just in
Calishite.
general? Sorry, Calishite
Make
steel.
don't do that to me, Chris.
Sorry, sorry, it's canon now. I'm sorry.
Make a history check.
12.
Okay, so you've heard of it. You're not sure of the specifics, but you know that it is like pseudo magical, like it's not a magical blade, but it's like it could be. It's just not. And it's and Calimshan is like well known for their Calishite steel. It's hard as fuck.
Well, it's a sight better than what we can get from Greaves, quality-wise.
I don't know, Tannis, if this is up your alley at all. Do you have arrows, ammunition of sorts as well?
Kind of cocks his head at you. I am KMA! The range is for the weak! I am strong!
He has a fair point, London.
Oh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Come on, there's got to be better vendors around here somewhere.
I cannot interest you in one of my blades! Range. Like, throws his hand at you like, Foreigners. Okay. Would you guys like to head towards the oasis?
Yeah.
Cool. By itself, you will see a building that is the oasis. The oasis stands out amidst the narrow, bustling streets of Little Calimshan, with its vibrant, stuccoed facade. The building is adorned with intricate geometric patterns in shades of gold and turquoise. A grand arched entrance, framed by polished wooden doors inlaid with brass, leads inside. A colorful awning frames the opening. The sign above which features the establishment's name in flowing Calimshite script. So you actually can't read the name of it. If not for underneath, it would say, in common, The Oasis, Tea House and Entertainment Parlor.
Well, guess I could use a drink.
Seems like a nice place.
Seems busy, too. There's lots of people in here. So the Oasis is a mashra, which is a special place in Calimshan, or in Calimshite culture. It is a theater and a tea house and also a bar. It's basically entertainment parlor is like really the best way to describe it. There's gambling, there's like belly dancers, like there's all kinds of different stuff that they do there. It's a cultural thing. Like you just kind of gotta, it's the hangout spot. So inside the Oasis, guests are immediately enveloped in an atmosphere of luxury and exotic charm. The air is thick with the scents of spiced tea and incense. The walls are draped with rich, colorful tapestries. Plush cushions and low wooden tables fill the main room. So this is a you sit on the floor kind of thing. In the center of the room, a small stage is set for belly dancers, musicians, and other performers, framed by sheer shimmering curtains. To one side, a bar area offers a variety of exotic teas, potent liquors, and assortment of hookahs. Adjacent to the main room, a more private section is reserved for gambling. The gambling area is subtly separated by decorative screens. Scattered throughout are alcoves with low couches and cushions, perfect for intimate conversations. The floors are covered with woven rugs, and the ceiling is adorned with hanging lanterns that cast a warm, diffused light.
If I look out over the room, can I make out Mosif, Willem, or Jermaine?
You make a perception check.
Perception. 18.
Yes. In one of these alcoves, you see a lone Mosif Malhamadi drinking tea.
Perfect. Hey, why don't you guys go get a drink? I'll be back in a moment.
I was just about to say, London, could you find us a private table? I'll get some drinks.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
See if there's one like in the corner where our backs are mostly to the wall.
Yeah, you can do that. It's like I said, low cushions. The table's like very low to the ground. You sit crisscross in this place. So you guys do that. Ophelia, you want to go get drinks?
Yeah.
Okay. Tanis, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna cut straight to the chase and just walk over to Mosif and sit down in the alcove with him.
Ah, my friend! Ahlan wasalan. I knew I would see you again.
Well, I'm glad you had more faith in me than the Fates did. Barely did, but...
Would you care for some chai? He, like, offer you some tea.
Yeah, I've never had it. Sure.
You have never had tea?
Well, yeah, okay, so chai is just tea.
It is what we call it, yes. It is a special tea, but yes.
Sure, I'll drink it.
Yeah.
If he offers it.
Tastes like cinnamon. It's basically cinnamon water. He will say... I like it. He will say, I've been waiting for you. Were you afraid that you would not come see me?
Duty called. Got thrown right into the mix of things as soon as we reported back to our officer. It's been hectic, but...
Things are well now.
No. But that is a story for another time.
Well, I fear I also bear grim news.
Oh. Something we can help with?
Perhaps. I went to the Verdashir Academy when I was finally let through the gates to visit my friend, the one I've told you about, Philaster Fisk. That is where he usually stays. When I arrived, I discovered that he has gone missing. No one has seen or heard from him in 4 days.
Oh no. He wasn't from Elturel, was he?
No. Well, I say Philaster Fisk is my friend, but he is more like acquaintance. I have only met him a few times here, in the Oasis. I was informed by the Sidi of the Verdashir Academy that apparently Philaster, he works for a wizard in a place called Candle Keep. Have you heard of such a place?
Has Tanis heard of a place called Candle
I'll
Keep?
let you can have that.
No.
It is a fortress of books and papers and wizards. Strange stuff. But he stays in Little Calimshan on occasion when his master needs supplies or materials from the city. His last visit here, before he went missing, was for little over 210 day.
And we're certain he just didn't get summoned back by his master.
he left some of his luggage behind.
So that's a no.
I have a feeling he may be in danger. But he is a skilled swordsman and tough as a tiger. I'm sure he can take care of himself. It's just, unfortunately, the gold I was hoping to acquire from Philaster now appears to be beyond my reach, as well as the meeting that I promised you.
That does sour the mood.
Let it not be said that Mosif Malhamadi does not keep his word. I happen to have hid away some of my important valuables here in the Amin Samar Sarif. It is like a coin house. What do you call it?
A bank.
A bank, thank you. Before I left for Elturel. And I do have something to offer.
I will not say no to a reward. Second Company has fought and bled for the refugees, so I don't feel too bad taking anything you have to offer.
He gets a little serious. And he will start fidgeting like at his side with something. And he say, Tanis, I have thought much of our conversation on the road. Do you recall of Jin?
I actually wanted to talk more about that than I offered to claim my reward, so yes, I remember.
From what you have told me, and I've put much thought into this. And as I said before, genies of noble blood, pashas and rajas and princes in their planes, they wield powers and magic beyond your wildest dreams. A power they can choose to grant to those who they deem worthy. In Calimshan, we call these special people Jin Said, which means a genie blessed. I believe that you may be one of these special people. I believe you may be Jin Said.
What does that entail? What does that mean? That's what you think that I can... I'm channeling a genie's power through my pendant.
I believe so, yes. Not just any genie. A noble one. A pasha or raja. A powerful one. And you are not just channeling their power, they have given it to you as a gift.
I told you that I was dropped off in an alleyway by a blue-skinned man. You think this man was a noble genie who gave me a part of his power.
It is not out of the realm of possibility.
I've read tales in books more believable. But it's the most logical explanation I've found so far, so...
He will look at you very closely. And he'll like get close to you and you can smell him. Like he smells fucking awesome. But he will say, I truly believe you are Jin Said. I truly believe it.
So, these powers are mine, then? No one else but me controls them? This isn't...
From what I know of Jin Said, yes. But a lot of these stories are legend and myth.
Are there others here you know of that are Jin Said?
No, it is a very rare occasion. I have never met another Jin Said in my life.
What do you mean by that?
I have never met another Jin Said in my life.
Implying you've met another one other than me?
No, I have never met another one.
You've never met? Okay, so I am the first he's met.
Correct.
All right. I was like, wait, you met another one?
No.
Okay. So what do I do with this?
Well, the information that I know is that Jin Said are usually characters in great legends, and they accomplish great things. They can move mountains and win wars. They say, in every myth and legend of my people, of Jin Said, that they can bring good fortune to those who aid them on their quest, on their journey.
I don't really feel like a hero out of a story. I just got stabbed 5 times and died 3 times in the past 2 days.
Yeah, maybe it is embellished. You have heard my tales, he'll say, and give you a sly wink.
Yeah, that's fair.
I wish to show you what I want to give you. He will pull out a bundle from beside him. It's like a big covered cloth thing. And he will undo the cloth, and he will draw out a dark, gleaming, curved sword. Let me show you. Handout.
Dijon? What the fuck, Chris?
I'll spell it. Obviously, you need it spelled. Hold on. I don't know if it's in. I don't know where this thing is.
I am Honey Dijon.
Oh fuck. Okay, here it is. I'm gonna show you the handout. Don't look too much into it. Just see what the blade looks like.
Yeah,
Dude, that looks sick.
dope.
So he will draw out this sword, and he'll hold it in front of him, and then he will present it to you. This Kopesh belonged to my father, and his father before, and it is said to have been crafted by a powerful Jinn, and I now bestow it upon you. As you look upon this blade, Tanis, its style looks familiar to you. In style, just the type of blade that it is, looks very familiar to you. A blade that you have seen before many, many, many years ago. On the very edge of your memory. And he will present it towards you.
You're giving me a family heirloom.
It is Kalashite steel, almost as hard as adamantine and lighter than mithril. It is folded with silver and never dulls. It is a symbol of my lineage, and said to be blessed by Jinn like yourself. By offering you this, I hope to be a part of your legend when it is told from generations from now.
You have a lot more faith in me than I do in myself, but if it's good fortune you seek by helping Jin Said, then let's hope for both our sakes that you're right.
Do you take it?
Yeah, I'll accept the blade.
Woo! You pick up this sword, and it is light as a feather.
I'll like kind of do that thing where like you weigh it like by holding like the
Mhm.
pommel right at the tip and just like kind of look at it.
Perfectly balanced.
Does it have a sheath to go with it? Or?
It does. It does.
Yeah. I'll like admire it for a second and then put it back in the sheath, and then kind of clip it to my belt next to my long sword.
Cool.
Nice.
He will say, I fear that you may not know the way of Kalashite steel. It is far lighter than any sword you have ever swung. You will need to forget everything that you know about swordplay. Kalashite steel is as much about the mind, and it'll like touch your head, as it is about the body, and it'll like touch your chest.
We have a training ground in the Eastway Fifth Station, and I know that Ophelia has been eager to find a sparring partner.
Thank you for accepting my gift.
I feel like it should be me thanking you, and thank you for making good on your offer on the information. I cared more for that than any physical possession you had. Do you know where I can find these stories? Some book to read on legends of Jin Said, just so I can...
All the legends of Jin Said that I know, I have heard. From tales of my father and from his father before.
Do you hang here a lot?
This is where I am staying.
I'm pressed for time right now, but maybe next time I have a few days of rest and relaxation. I'll let you bore my ear off with a few of those stories.
I would love to. If you hear any news of Alastair Fisk, I am worried for his safety. Please, bring it back to me. Any information.
I'll bring this up with Gauntlet Elderfire. We are in the middle of a very pressing investigation, but should we find the time, I promise we will investigate that if we are able.
He nods and taps his nose like I get it.
Mosif, you really are a strange fellow.
He
I'm glad we
chuckles.
met you. I have to take my leave, but let's hope that the sword you gave me brings us both good fortune.
Farewell, Jin Said. As you get up to leave, he will stand up as well and bow very deeply towards you. I hope I am well remembered in the legends to be told of you someday.
If they write legends about me, I'll make sure you're included.
He gives you a very big smile and thanks you. Alright, so we cut back to the party. You can go get drinks, Ophelia, let's say 3 copper a mug. So 9 copper. And you can return to London and August with drinks. Is there anything specific you guys wanted to do?
No wonder these people don't use ranged weapons. Sitting on the floor with a bow on your back is a nightmare. But no, I don't have anything
Okay.
real. to
Anybody
say.
else? Anything?
Should we get Vyn something? I was thinking about that weapons vendor. She might appreciate a new type of steel to work with.
Good plan.
I will
Wasn't
note.
sure.
I will note that Kalashite steel is bonkers expensive.
Maybe we just do some spices.
If she'd like that.
Some tea.
Some of the food she cooks us, yeah, perhaps tea. Stop at a spice window on the way out, Ophelia, but it is a nice thought.
Perhaps if we get a bonus after all this is over. But, yeah.
Is
Let's get some
there
spices.
anything else that's been on your mind, Ophelia?
You notice that she kind of glances around to other people in the bar. Not the kind of thing I want to talk about right now. In fact, if we get back to the Eastwa station, Gauntlet, could I have some time to meditate, perhaps?
Of course.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
Everything's all right?
Nothing is a matter right now. Nothing you need to worry about.
Just let us know if you need some help. I mean, that's why we're here.
No, I just working through some ghosts of the past, you see.
Perhaps some snakes of the sewer will help take your mind off it then.
I suppose trudging through human waste would take my mind off of it. Who knows? We might just find something interesting.
It's a good point. We should try and find some like peppermint oil or something to put under our noses.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
And that
It
definitely
does
is here.
Smells quite lovely. This whole place is like a different ecosystem. It almost doesn't feel like we're in Baldur's Gate at all.
I'll have to admit, I do like the fragrances they have here. Maybe I should get some incense for meditations. The training yard is not exactly pleasant.
It's just a mud pit.
Yeah.
With some straw dummies. Alright, if there's nothing else, Tanis, you may return to the party. Newly equipped.
And you're wearing the sword on the outside? Like, not unsheathed, visible?
Yeah,
to anyone?
it's clipped to my belt next to my long sword.
Right.
So I have two swords on my hip now.
It's quite the new trinket you're sporting there, Tanis.
Oh, it's a reward from Mosif for helping him. He didn't have the rest of the reward, and Gauntlet, this is something I need to bring up to you. Mosif asked us to look into the disappearance of one of his friends. What was the guy's name again? Sorry, can you say that one more time?
Phalaster Fisk. Phalaster Fisk.
Oh, yes, this guy, Flasker Fisk, was at the Veridian?
Aha! So the Verdashir Academy.
Verdashir. Yeah, he was worked at the Verdashir Academy for a wizard out of Candlekeep. Went missing 4 days ago. Left all his possessions behind, so they know he's missing, and didn't just depart in the night. He asked us to look into it if we could.
I mean, seems like...
Hey, so sorry. Mosif would have given you a little bit more information. He would have said that 4 days ago, from what he has discovered from the people at Verdashir, 4 days ago, he left for the upper city and never returned. No one at the Verdashir knew his business, for it was his own. Forgot about that.
Went to the upper city that day.
Yes. So basically, like Mosif already investigated the Verdashir, and all he knows is that he went for the upper city and never came back.
Can you even get in the upper city? I thought it was like guarded off.
if he was accompanied by a
Patriarch.
Oh, yeah,
patriarch.
Or can a member of the watch get you in there
Mhm.
too?
Yep, and like if you have a watch token, or if you bear the papers with a sigil of a patriarch. Like if you have like work papers, like your maid doesn't live in your house; they live in the lower city. They come to work.
How does that work with, like, so can the Flaming Fist go to the watch and be like, we are investigating a disappearance,
requires
can
a
you escort
request.
us?
It requires
Yeah.
like an official request.
So we could go into the upper city on this investigation if they approve our request.
Yeah, and it's like a paperwork thing, not just like a go up to a
Happened in
house.
a very timely fashion, I'm sure.
Eh. With the refugee crisis that's going on, who knows?
It'd be a favor to Mosif to look into this. I told him we would if we could.
Yeah, of course. Seems out of our target's demographic.
I made sure he wasn't from Elturel or anything crazy like that. It seems like a separate incident.
It's hopefully, not hopefully, it's hard to say, but maybe he'll be involved with the situation we're currently investigating and find him along that route. But otherwise, dedicating time and resources to one person versus the many. We'll see what we can do now that Blaze Porter's back. Might have some actual infrastructure and resources to do things properly again.
I understand priorities and orders.
All right. Anything else in the Oasis or in Little Calimshan?
Can we get some spices or incense or something?
Whatever you want. It's a cost a silver piece.
Sure.
I mean,
I'll,
I will grab some spices for Vyn and incense for myself.
2 silver for the lump of everything.
I'll
How much for
do.
these? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'll do 3 silver for incense or like reverse smelling salts for
Okay.
me, August, and Tanis. Then.
Okay.
How much for the bath salts?
I was also gonna ask it. I mean, not that we were privy to the conversation with Mosif about like the stories are like not written down; they're told. Is there like any semblance of like library or like tomes of lore?
a couple miles south.
Yeah, exactly. There is a place that you would have you would heard of London, especially in your studies, and it's possible that you've heard of this place. There's this fortress. It's pretty far to the south, but it's to the south. It's the next settlement if you head straight down. That is, it's called Candlekeep, and it is like a city of libraries.
Okay.
You can learn just about anything there is to know in Candlekeep,
Noted.
but getting in is the hard part.
Okay. I think that was it for, or unless Tanis, or did you have one more thing?
No, I was just making that stupid joke about bath salts. I'm good.
Okay. All right. Negative inspiration. Okay, so.
Damn it! I had one too.
Okay, so you guys leave Little Calimshan. All right. Let me change up the tunes a little bit.
Be right back. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
1 second.
It's okay. We're gonna go to Vyn anyways. So,
Smash it.
as you guys leave Little Calimshan, after dealing with the vendors and all of that stuff in the market, we sort of swoop over to the top of Little Calimshan, over Stony Eyes and Norchapel, over the Eastway, and we follow Vyn. Now, Vyn, you are headed to Vyn's armor / baubles and brokerage. In
Yes,
the
yes, she
steeps,
is.
you see your weathered sign hanging above your modest shop. The squat 2-story structure.
Then it's just looking at the sign a little drearily, wondering if Gas is finally done with whatever he's been hyping up.
Maybe.
And she will go through the door.
Yeah, so you enter into the shop, and this is the first time our audience has seen it. The shop's interior is a tight, cluttered space, lit by a few oil lamps hanging on low wooden beam ceiling. The walls are lined with wooden shelves. On one side are remnants of its former glory as an armorer. Dust-covered suits of armor and armor pieces stand on display. The back wall is dominated by a large workbench covered with tools and half-finished repairs. Behind a heavy curtain in the back is the forge area. The rest of the space is filled with an eclectic mix of pawned items, trinkets, jewelry, and curious baubles are displayed on shelves, while larger items like old furniture and random gear are stacked haphazardly in corners. A counter runs along one side of the shop, cluttered with ledgers. You do not currently see Gazd, but you do hear him, like, sort of cussing and swearing to himself in the back.
Morning, are you alright?
Hold on, I have this. Hold, please. Here we go. You will see Gazd come back through the curtain in the back, and you'll see he's singed a bit, and he's covered in soot, as if he's been working in the forge, and he sort of pulls up the goggles, and you'll see the rim of, like, around the goggles with soot on his face, and he'll say, "Vyn, Miena, back so soon."
Right, it's been a busy few days, but I wanted to check on you. It's been quite a while since you've been, well, I see that clearly you're still working.
That's just it, Miena. I finished it! I've completed your surprise!
Well, it's about damn time. Let's see if the wait was worth it.
I've been working on it for quite a while now, and I think you're going to love it. Hold on, let me go get it. And he brings forth something, like he goes back in the back, and he brings forth something in 2 hands that's wrapped in cloth. And it's got tied with twine, and he tried to do like a little bow with the twine, but he's not very good at bows. And he slides it like across the counter towards you. And
Yeah, she's got like her hands on her hips, and she's giving him that like kind of like skeptical smirk, you know?
Yeah.
as
He's like,
Run
open
on.
it, open it, open it.
All right, she will carefully like undo the little thing he did,
Sure.
and she'll probably clear some of the ledgers,
Sure.
the cluttered ledgers off the counter, and
Yeah.
puts it there, and then opens it like that
Okay,
on there.
perfect. So as you open it up, you will see it is now shining, as he has just finished polishing it. A bulky metal gauntlet. Let me make sure I got the handout. Yep, okay, I'm not gonna send it yet. It is a bulky metal gauntlet with what you will recognize as a thunderstone set into the palm. As you look it over, you will see that the 2 middle fingers have flint strikers on the fingertips. And you will see this, although it's not all lightning-y.
There it is.
And he will say, I call it the lightning launcher.
Not a bad name, I have to say.
Well, you have always been my spark, Miena. And I wanted to give you something that reflects that. Something that's just as powerful and brilliant as you are. And he says, look, and he points to the gauntlet, and you will turn it onto the side, and you will see written on, let's have it on the inside, written on the inside of the gauntlet sleeve kind of thing, right? In elegant gold filigree is carved in beautifully the word Miena.
I think when Vyn sees this, her kind of like her like coy kind of like attitude she puts on kind of melts away, and she turns to him and gives him like a big old hug and a kiss.
Oh, sorry, that was Jay. He reciprocates, and he sort of holds it while you're holding it, and he says, this should amplify your strength and give you an edge in battle. I know how tough things have been, and I wanted to make something to help you out there. You've always been there for me, steady and strong. This is my way of saying thank you.
Yeah, no, this is wonderful. Let's see how it works.
Yeah, go ahead. Only the best for you. Try it on.
Yep, she'll carefully remove the gauntlet she had on.
Yeah.
And she will I imagine like beneath the armor, I don't think I mentioned this, there's probably like these little, like, I can't call them anything else but basically wires.
Okay.
And she kind of like disconnects the magic crystal from the old one and
Yeah.
connects to the new one and all that, and she gets it on. And
Yeah, he will say
she's
if you
holding it like
if you strike the flint strikers on the fingertip against the stone, it will create a spark, and the thunderstone will amplify it and create a lightning strike.
right. Let's find a good spot for this.
I've
Maybe
been
not by the ledges.
I've been testing it in the forge. Come on.
Yep. She'll go over.
Cool. You go into the forge area, and you will see, like, you haven't been back here in a while. There's just singed walls and shit thrown about all over the place. It seems he hasn't had as much luck testing it as he was expecting. But it's done now.
All right, so she will. I think what she'll do is like she'll be looking at it, and she'll kind of go like that to activate the sparker.
Yeah.
But she's like very careful, and there's only a little spark that comes out.
Yeah.
And she tries it again. There's like a little spark, and then she takes like 2 fingers and does like the Spider-Man thing.
Yeah.
And then you know you can describe it, Jay, like a big arc of like.
Yeah. No, you can describe it. This is your thing.
Yeah. So that's exactly what it is. It's like a straight zap of lightning, like shoots out basically.
So sick.
And like, yeah, maybe there's like some kind of armor prototype that just gets completely zapped. And it's like sent off the bench or whatever.
Woo! He like puts his arms in the air. It works. I mean, of course it works. I knew it was going to, but you know, it's so exciting.
I've never played or read about Artificer before. I have no fucking idea what this thing is, but it sounds really cool.
It's her fucking
There's lightning.
It's their lightning launcher. That's literally what it's called.
Okay.
I would certainly say this is an upgrade to what I've been doing.
Only
So
the
beat
best.
my
for
little
you.
frost belt any day.
What do you think?
It's brilliant, Guts. Well, I'd be lying if I said I didn't doubt you, but well, you know, ever since we've fallen on hard times, you've really been a great help, Gats. I hope we can get the shop running again, the armory. We can get rid of these baubles someday. I know we can do it.
Me too. I believe in us. And he'll get really serious for a moment, and he'll like, he's like holding your arms, or he's adjusting something on the gauntlet. That's what it is. He's like adjusting the finger plates on the gauntlet with a screwdriver or something while he's talking to you. And he'll say, Miana, I was really worried after I heard what happened in Elturel. And I know you've been dealing with a lot of dangerous people and dangerous situations lately, but I just want you to know, and then he'll stop fidgeting with it and like look you in your eyes. Whatever happens, you are, and always have been, the best part of my life. I love you, Miana. And I hope this gauntlet keeps you safe. That way, when you find yourself in danger, and he sort of turns your arm and points it towards the golden filigree. Whenever you find yourself in danger, know that a part of me is always with you to help protect you.
yeah, she'll hug him again, and she'll be like, I'll always be thinking about you when I use this. And I should really say it plainly. Thank you, Gats. I know I don't need to say it, but thank you.
You guys embrace. And he will say, please be safe.
Well, I'm trying, Gats, but again, I'd be lying if I said it wasn't getting scary. I mean, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. I know you told me to join the Fist, but well, I'm starting to have some doubts. I mean, well, you know, of course, that the thing with my father, I might actually be able to get some justice for him. But
finally, isn't that what you've always wanted?
It is, but I just don't know now with this cult and everything else that's going on. It's quite overwhelming. I feel like I'm supposed to be some hero from laws and stories, but well, I'm just a woman with this gauntlet. I don't know, but well, Gods, you told me to join the Fist, and you said I'd be good at it, and I think with this, I'll be a lot better doing my job.
I want you to know that I don't like it when people talk badly about the people that I love. Don't talk badly about me, Anna. You can do this. And you are great. And we will make it out of this.
Let's hope, but maybe at night. You know, I have the key. I know you usually wait a while to lock the door, but I think it's getting a bit dangerous out there. I'd keep the shop and everything locked up as much as you can. I'm getting really worried, but we'll pull through this, me and Anna.
We will.
And then I feel like at this point, like, I imagine there's like mechanical clocks all over and
Sure.
ever in like most rooms. And in the corner of her eye, she sees what time it is, and she's like, "Oh well, by God, I need to be going. Gauntlet Elderfire and the rest are probably back from Little Calimshan by now, unless something happened. And, what if something did happen? All right, my love." She'll give him one more kiss, and then
Yeah.
she'll like start like trying to go.
Go get him. Just go get him. I believe in you, Miana.
Gets with his like the eye hole.
Eye
and
goggles,
he's
yeah.
like cheering her on. I
Yeah.
can totally picture
Yeah,
it.
cool.
All right.
Okay. All right. Very cool. You exit. Take an inspiration for me.
Thank you.
You exit Vyn's armor and baubles and brokerage, and as you head out the door, Gast will just shout out towards you, "I love you, Vyn!"
Wait for me, Miana. She'll say as she's like running towards Eastway.
Cool. All right. So I imagine we are all meeting back at the Eastway, the Eastway Fist Station.
Man, if this was a movie, Vyn would be guaranteed to die in the bathhouse tonight.
Oh my god, dude. Gio, you're just priming your character to have the most savage backstory, man. Oh man.
All right. We
Yeah,
cut back.
the failing shop too. It's all there. You know?
Yeah.
All right, we cut back to the Eastway Fist Station. The party's joined. You guys are all together. Actually, you know what? No, because Ophelia wanted to meditate, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so actually, that's what we open it on, right? Is Ophelia set this scene for me?
Yeah, I feel like the Calimshan group probably got there sooner, since Vyn had to walk all the way from the steeps. So as soon as she got back to the Eastway station, she would have disappeared back into the training area. And I imagine there's like a little bench or a crate or something
Sure.
she can sit on.
A bench, probably.
Yeah, and she'll sit out there burning some incense, kind of her hands clasped together, kind of like in a prayer as she just sits there quietly, stewing to herself, kind of.
Okay. That's it? Okay. All right. After a little while, the Vyn rejoins the party of Tanis, London, in August at the Eastway Fist Station, probably in the barracks.
Sporting a bit of new armor there, Vyn.
Yeah, Vyn, I imagine it's like bulkier than your other shit, right? Like it's like an Infinity Gauntlet kind of deal.
Yeah, and she is like totally like cheek to cheek smile, like cheek to cheek grin, and she's like, "Right, London, check this out." And if there's like a training dummy or something nearby,
Sure, you
like,
can meet. That's what it is. Ophelia meditates, and you all meet with Ophelia, right? That's what it is. So yeah, there's a training dummy nearby for sure.
Yeah, she waits till like August is looking the other way or something, and like, ding, zaps it.
Yeah,
Fucking
it just sends this
explodes it.
Yeah, it catches on
Oh,
fire.
they're filled with straw.
Yeah. And just like that, Ophelia's done meditating as this dummy fucking explodes.
Yeah, right.
Oh, the paperwork.
Yeah.
Ugh.
There is another person that just happened to be out here, and it's Fist Torch, this fucking white-skinned tiefling that's always catching things on fire, and he's like, it's not just me! It's not just me!
Fist Torch, why would you do that?
No,
Need substantially more practice, I think.
Where's Greaves? Where is he? No, I didn't do it, I swear.
Wow, Finn, that is quite the gift. Is that from Gats? Is that what he was talking about when we were at the house earlier?
I'm very impressed by his work. I have to say he's gotten a lot better. If you saw some of the first prototypes of some of the other gadgets we've been working on, let's just say exploding in your face was the least of your concerns, but
I remember
he's
him
really
having two hands, so it couldn't have been that bad.
needless to say, he's come a long way. And with this, I think I've been testing it out a little bit. I think it has more range than my older gauntlet. So, and over the past few days, I've been able to make my armor a little quieter as well. And she will show London, like she'll open the folds of like her plate a little bit, and you'll see this like leather padding on the inside. And of course, only Vyn knows, but that like from the tannery, that like stuff that she stole is like the hide that she used to like make her armor quieter.
Cool.
Acquired.
Yeah. Target. I was in the tannery. The Vyn was literally like target acquired.
It is bovine skin, right? From that tannery?
Yeah. That's
Striking resemblance, I must say.
Why does it smell like lime and alkaline?
Dog shit.
Well, I just picked it up fresh.
Either way, I think Ophelia has some incense for you. We picked some up when we were in Little Calimshan and figured it might be good to have when we go into the sewers. That is quite ingenious, though, Finn. You're quite the little tinkerer, aren't you?
Well, if I were to show you the whole inside of the armor, well, it's a culmination of many years of work. It looks effortless, but, well, maybe I'll give you a rundown on it sometime. But let's see if August wants us. I'm sure he has some errand we need to run now.
Sure.
Well, I mean, Cult of the Dead 3, I would chalk up to a bit more than some errand.
It's like, fuck him, I can take him now.
Yeah, she's like, there's no shit.
But so I think it might be worth scouting out the, or is it Blush? No, that's the bar.
Dancing
Frolicking
Nymph.
Nymph. I think it's worth scoping it out while we have light. And if it is in fact a fully operational bathhouse with people, patronizing the place normally every day, I think it's best we wait until night. If that's the case, we could start looking into headways in the upper city to look for this Mr. Fisk.
Perhaps we should let Flame Zodge know. Most likely we're going to need some diplomatic solutions to get into the upper city.
Manipulation feels like a strong word, but if there's a way we could, find something on this Fisk disappearance and then convince Zodge to order us to investigate it.
Well, if we're heading into the belly of the beast, I suppose we can reconsider this after our forte into the dancing nymphs. We might find something there that leads us right to the high hall, for all we know.
And we have reason to believe the Frolicking Nymph is connected to Cult's lair in the sewers. The upper city is also connected to the sewers, correct? That could be our way in. We got lost investigating Cult of the Dead Three.
I worry we may stick out like stinking thumbs in the upper city if we're covered in sewage, and not to mention wearing the garb of the Flaming Fist, who generally don't get to just wander about freely. I feel like some rules maybe are best to not be broken and perhaps use the correct channels on this one.
The correct channels, especially in the upper city, aren't always the right ones.
I've been working on a spell. I can disguise myself if need be, but only myself. So, well, we'd have to plan it out, but that is an option there.
Yeah, my main idea is pack a change of clothes and get changed before we head out of a manhole cover.
Best we can do, I suppose.
We might need some more refined streetwear.
Can you guys I was doing Chris's token thing. Can you guys refresh me on what your current plan is? Like what you guys are talking about?
So there's like two things, right? There's like the Frolicking Nymph, and then the whole sewer investigation thing where we have I think there's like a few things in the sewers we could be doing.
But while we investigate the sewers, we could go
what's his name? Homeboy. Zodge was suggesting was to scope out like the bathhouse and maybe the sewers and or surrounding it.
Yeah, and then so I took that and said, if we're going to the sewers anyway, we could use that to get to the upper city, because I doubt...
The only thing is, like, you would need a map.
Yeah.
To get through the sewers into the upper city. That's not just like let's go in the sewer. Like, it's a fucking...
Yeah.
This is Baldur's Gate we're talking about, right? Where people have been fighting monsters in the sewers since 1973, right?
Yeah,
so
there's the last Temple of Ball down there.
Yeah, there's like all kinds of shit down there. So
least favorite part of Act 3, dude. Straight up.
That's all I'm saying. Is that it's like a fucking whole ass thing down there.
I'm sure there's some bureau that we can go to find maps.
Yeah, it's called the Bureau of Sewers and Drainways.
Yeah.
That really
that
is.
one we did establish.
Yeah, I did not make that
up
just now.
Well, our orders are for the Frolicking Nymph. No matter what, we're going to do that, so...
Just making this connection now. Amric, we believe, is connected to the nymph. Just connected to the sewers. Which is connected to Duke Van Thamper's rise to power, right?
She is the master of sewers. Or something like that.
Don't know if there's anything there, but I'm just realizing it now.
Let's orders then gauntlet to the Frolicking Nymph first, and then perhaps to get a map after.
Sounds like a good plan. Unless if it's getting particularly late and the government office is going to close at 4:30 or something.
No, I mean, you can probably do that. I forgot to put the Frolicking Nymph on the map. Just there.
Cool.
Oh, sweet, I can stop by Perlette's house and drop off this mixing
Drop
bowl.
off this fish you've been carrying too?
Fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, this fish is starting to get on my nerves.
Okay.
Very quick before we leave, though,
Yeah.
you know, so Mosif said, like, this new Kopesh that I have is super light, so I'd imagine at some point while Ophelia was meditating, we've been here, I would have been in the practice shards training with this thing,
Sure,
right?
yeah, so...
And just, like, trying to get used to it.
So it is so light. It's lighter than Mithril. And I think this is a good opportunity to tell you a little bit more about Calimshan steel. So it never dulls. It is harder. It is almost as hard as adamantine and lighter than Mithril. And so it's like weighs nothing. And it is folded with silver. So it technically counts as a silvered weapon.
Oh, sweet.
Just
I
so,
kill so many werewolves.
in
What
case you wanted to know that.
Does that mean something in D&D?
100%, yeah. A lot of creatures, not a lot, but like some creatures are like resistant to non-magical damage. You remember from Rhyme, right? Well, that
Remember
also,
the Ice Devil?
Yeah, that also. Oh, the Ice Devil.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, that's why he had to kill him with all those silver pieces.
silverware.
That was
yeah, silver
sick,
pieces.
too.
That was what it was. Yeah, so silver is like some like devils or werewolves, like you said. I think maybe not vampires. Something maybe vampires. I don't know, but like stuff like that.
They know
like
like you silver. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
like the
Helpful.
damage still goes through. It's not halved.
So I'm practicing with this thing, and I'm just like doing training dummies and stuff like that, and like the peg thing that like you hit,
And it spins.
Yeah, and then you have to like block it.
Yeah.
After Ophelia's done sparring, I'd be like, Ophelia, I got this new blade from Mosif. I'm trying to get used to it, but these practice dummies don't make for much of sparring partners. Quick bout, just to give me a hand. Just try to deflect some of my attacks. I'll go easy on you, I swear. Maybe 50, 10%.
Couple swings, it wouldn't hurt. Just one rule: no magic.
No magic. Just swords play.
Bro, I want to see this.
I mean, do you mind if I just narrate this, though? I mean, I'm just asking for, like, we don't have to have... So, basically, how I imagine this going down, and I'm doing this for a reason, is, so at one point, like, Tanis is just, like, kind of starts 10%, 50, 25, and, like, he goes in for, like, an actual, like, maybe gets caught, like, carried away and goes in for a blow. And Ophelia sees that and, like, deflects it with, like, maybe, like, the pommel of her maul, and like knocks the sword out of like Tanis's hand, not being so how used it is. And he goes to reach for his second sword and grabs onto the pommel of his Kopesh that she just knocked away from him. And I look down and the Kopesh is back in its scabbard. Yep. I'm like, what? I'll look over to where it was and it's not there. It's back me. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Some of you may have noticed that. Ophelia specifically.
It was... I don't believe I got lucky enough there for it to go right into your scabbard. Did you do that?
I said no magic. That's enough of that for now. He,
Okay.
no, Mosif didn't tell me. Oh, all right. We'll have to come back to this later. We have to go, but you saw that, right?
I know those swords, they're close to magic, but that was certainly some trick. There might be a few things we have to learn about that sword, but
I don't like getting gifted strange things from strangers.
are you up for putting your life on the line for it? Can you trust do you think you can trust it with your life when the time comes?
Same way those Elturians trusted the companion with their lives.
She doesn't really respond to this, just kind of grumbles slightly.
We'll run back to this. We gotta go. August is waiting.
All right. So the plan is to go to the inspiration for the two of you. I don't know if you already have it. You get it now. Frolicking Nymph. Is that the plan?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. So you make your way through the east way into Heapside.
I want to see a 1v1 versus Tanos versus Ophelia.
I know,
Non-lethal
I do too.
damage.
Let's get to the fun stuff, and that'll happen someday. I'd rather it be PvP. Let the rivalry simmer a bit. All right, so
Just pushing her buttons with this companion thing.
All right, so here we go. So you guys approach Frolicking Nymph Bathhouse. This bathhouse, actually, I'll just pull you over to a map. Good God, I hope I have this set up right. Let me check. Daily mouse off. Save settings. Let me just see what happens when I do this. Okay, good. Good. There, let me describe this to you. Hold, please. I'm getting the OBS on board with us.
Looks good to me.
Yep. I'm just getting all this stuff. I got lots of stuff going on. Okay. The Frolicking Nymph Bathhouse is a one-story stuccoed building with stained glass windows and clay roof tiles. 10-foot-tall walls enclose a large courtyard outside the southeast corner of the building. The closed wooden doors to the courtyard are engraved with images of smiling nymphs dancing and frolicking in water. And you will see that there is a couple, like a man and a woman, who are entering currently into the bathhouse. Through the open gate. Do you guys want to head in?
Yeah, I'll go through the gate.
Sure.
Are we just gonna take a bath right now?
Yeah, it's
Bath episode. It's a thing.
Boys in the
thing.
bath. Let's go.
What is the anime trope? Oh, it's
Swimsuit
like
episode.
Swimsuit episode.
Beach episode.
Beach episode. When you enter through the courtyard or into the courtyard features a trimmed lawn and nicely manicured shrubbery. The yard is decorated with white marble benches and stone fountains, each in the form of a smiling nymph, tipping a jug that spills water into a circular stone basin. This is a very nice facility for the lower city.
From our usual stomping grounds, this seems quite on the up and up.
Actually, a bit excited for this bit of reconnaissance.
I mean, if we're heading inside, be prepared for it to not just be reconnaissance.
Don't threaten me with a good time, brother.
All right. As you approach the door, And
Yes.
as you do, you will see on the right side of the door is a small bronze plaque. This plaque reads, Frolicking Nymph Bathhouse. This establishment was graciously constructed and dedicated to the people of Baldur's Gate by the benevolent Duke Thalamra Vanthamper. May it serve as a sanctuary of rest and rejuvenation for all citizens. This is a free public bathhouse.
Isn't that awfully gracious of the Van Temples?
I would
Very
like to
generous
believe,
indeed.
I would like to believe it's all altruistic, but certainly seems like a coincidence.
We'll keep our wits about us on the inside then, eh? And I'll push the door open.
You enter inside. The walls of this 20-foot-high pillared chamber are adorned with frescoes of bathing royalty. Ornate stained glass windows depicting dryads and fairies dancing among flowers and streams line the exterior, allowing natural light to create colorful patterns on the polished blue marble tiles on the floor. 3 shallow, sunken pools contain scintillating, perfume-scented water. White marble benches bearing stacks of dry towels are situated near the pools, each of which come equipped with a pair of brass faucets. There are 4 people currently in the bathhouse. The couple are in this tub, and there is just one guy in this tub and one guy in this tub. When you enter, a half-orc man wearing like the fantasy equivalent of scrubs will like come through one of these doors here. So there's a set of doors here and a set of doors here that lead into like small, very small chambers. And he will say, welcome to the Frolicking Nymph Bathhouse. If you need anything, please let me know.
Will do. Thank you.
He will return to his chamber. Oh, no, actually, he'll say, there is also free massages. Myself and, what is this other girl's name? There's a girl. Carmilla. Carmilla and myself are offering massages. We work here.
Yeah. Do you work?
He does. He does. He does.
What kind of episode is this?
Are you sure this place isn't called Planeteer?
What a callback. Wow.
Wow.
All 2 hours
What
ago.
a-
Okay, so what would you guys like to do? You can be naked if you want to, but like the people that are in the tub currently just have on like their knickers.
I mean, are we actually getting bass as part of this investigation?
It's weirder if we
Um,
just stand here fully clothed.
Yeah.
Technically.
Oh,
Tannis has no shame. He's like already like doffing his armor and getting ready to like just
Hold on,
go full bath,
Mhm.
you know, birthday suit.
I'm just picturing Tannis like that. So is there like a separate room for the massages?
It is, yeah.
All right, Vyn will like do a little stretch and be like, "Oh, I sure could use a massage. It's been so long." And then she'll kind of like whisper to August and be like, you know, like I'll take a look in the room or something like that.
Sure. The massage therapists are currently open. There is a male and female one. You can take your pick.
It's like the orc dude and this.
And she is a like 22-year-old woman, human, brown hair.
Yeah, I think Vyn's gonna take the orc dude.
Okay, cool. He's gonna like really fucking put it on you.
I just think it's so hilarious because he's got like these massive arms and Vyn is like so
still
small.
tiny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. He will lead you into the southern chamber. So let me just open the door there. Oh, the doors are already open. Cool. So he will lead you to the southern chamber as he will begin. Like he'll ask you if you wanted to like derobe or whatever. He will give you some privacy, whatever for that. Anyways, so Tannis is bath time, baby. Like he's like, I'm getting in. Is anyone else taking a bath?
Is the half orc like still kind of out there, kind of waiting for see what we do?
No, the half orc is going to give Vyn a massage, so he is waiting he is waiting outside the door for her to derobe or whatever she's going to do.
Ophelia is going to ask, "Is there a room I can change?" As she has walked into this place in full chainmail armor.
He will say, "The north chamber is this chamber this way. Camilla's, you can change in there if you so wish."
She will go over and. Is there anyone inside besides?
No, Camilla's standing outside the door.
I'll be just a moment.
Okay.
She will shut the door and she's going to look around to see if there's anything kind of suspicious around here.
Perfect. So we have what Tanis is doing, who's just like, fuck it. Well,
I was going to look around once I got in one of the baths, but yeah.
What about London and August? The two Akko Tacos of the group.
I mean, London will be kind of just like looking around and like trying to see, is it just these 4 walls? That's the whole bathhouse? Is there...
Yep.
Yeah, I guess out of like awkwardness, go into one of these baths.
Sure. You take off some armor, and do you join Tanis?
Yeah, sure. I mean,
okay. August?
Yeah, I'll do the same and just start kind of like taking the time to where it's like, now it's not weird that I'm just like very intently studying this
Staring
room.
at stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
There's just nothing else to do here.
Okay, Vyn, are you actually trying to get a massage, or are you gonna like check out the room a little bit?
She'll definitely like you know, or like her eyes will scan the room a few times for anything interesting. But if she doesn't notice anything of note, like she will play the part, and she is feeling a little tense. So
make an investigation check for me.
Beautiful.
What did you get?
17.
Okay. This room contains a massage table draped in clean towels. Bottles of perfume are stored under the table to scent the pools. And natural light enters through a stained glass window that is opaque, cannot be seen through. Otherwise, you do not find anything out of the ordinary.
All right, yeah. Like I said, she'll doff her armor, and she'll get on like that table, whatever they call it.
Table, yeah. Jabaz is the name of this half orc. He'll introduce himself before the massage, but he'll knock on the door and say, "Are you prepared?"
Yes, I'm quite ready.
Okay, he will enter in, and like introduce himself. I've never had a massage. I don't know what it's like, but he does the whole spiel that they do, I guess. Where he's like, "I'm Jabaz. I'm going to be massaging you today," I guess is what they do. And he's.
What do you want me to work on?
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Okay, cool. He does that too.
You really should get a massage.
Yeah,
no,
that's insane to me.
Everything about a massage is something that I absolutely hate. I do not want. I don't even like
don't you
girls
do
that I'm
manual
interested
labor
in to
all
be like
day?
fucking. Yeah, but I don't like people like rubbing my back. It's not comfortable for me.
Have you seen those Chinese massages where they like set you on fire?
I gotta get one of those.
You tell him, and he's like, "Oh, you want the fire special? Gotcha." So, is there any conversation or anything that you want to have with him, or are you just gonna like enjoy your massage?
I feel like the way I picture this is that she's gonna start to make like small talk with him.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, every time she's about to talk, he does like that thing on her back. And
It's
she's like,
Okay, cool. All right,
So,
very
yeah.
cool. All right, so then we cut to Ophelia. Ophelia, you, under the guise of getting changed, are gonna like take a peek-see around the room.
Yeah, she's gonna take her time, feeling over bricks, looking over.
Make an investigation check.
Investigation, absolutely. I'm going to inspiration that.
Okay.
Because that was a 3.
Okay.
That's a 10.
So, as you are looking around the room, you will see a massage table draped in clean towels. Bottles of perfume and oil are stored under the table that are used to scent the pools. You feel around the walls. You feel the bricks. You're like, oh, is there something here, right? And you feel around on the stained glass window, right? And you find a little circular piece that's part of like a flower, like the center of a flower. It is raised as compared to the rest of the stained glass window, and it's right on the edge.
She's gonna make a note of that, but not push it.
Okay.
Otherwise, she'll doff her armor. And...
Okay. All right. You come back out with in your skivvies. Do you want to join in the pool with the boys?
Yeah, I think if she sits on the massage table, it's probably gonna break. So she's gonna go to the pool.
Okay. So there is Ophelia, London, August, and Tanis in a pool, taking a bath. So I mean, what is the scene?
What is this episode?
Anything.
Honestly, this was pretty overdue after the journey we had.
Yeah, I mean, Tanis is like legitimately
Leg up,
himself.
leg up
like,
on the
yeah,
edge.
like I'm getting everywhere, all the nooks and crannies. Like there's bars of soap lying around.
Oh, sure,
like yeah, I'm straight up using the bar on body method. Like, I'm not putting them on hand first.
Oh, great. I love that.
Like, I have no class.
Why do I imagine that Tanis has, like, the narrowest, scrawniest ass? I don't know why. I just
did not think you're gonna say ass.
like, I can't imagine. I don't know why, but that's what I'm thinking of.
Tanis is pretty strong, but he might skip leg day.
He just hates squats.
Yeah.
That's
Their
just what I
lunges?
imagine.
God, no.
That's for some reason I was just imagining, like, have you guys ever seen, like, what is it, Rick and Morty? Every time Rick is naked, like, it's just like a pole. That's what I'm thinking, like, that's what Tanis looks like. Okay. Is there any, I mean, you guys can scan around this bathhouse, and it's a fucking bathhouse. You do not notice anything out of the ordinary.
Does the water drain out of these, or are they like
It does.
empty with buckets?
There is no, there's a drain at the bottom of it.
How big is said drain?
I don't know, bigger than a tub drain, but just so maybe.
Does it have a grate over it?
Yeah.
Can the grate be removed?
No.
Can I fit said locket through the grate?
Do a luck check, like pick what you want, even or odd.
And I'll pick odd.
Okay,
and you want
roll a d6.
d6.
Yeah.
1.
It'll fit.
Good to know.
London will put his face in the water and blow some bubbles, and then get out. And
Okay.
he'll say, "I'll meet you guys outside."
Okay, there's towels and stuff perfectly ready, situated for you, so you can dry off. There's a bin by the door where you can throw them. Okay.
While outside, while these guys are bathing, can I check around the property for any sewer heads on like any of the roads that lead into this place?
Yeah, make a investigation check.
14.
So, here's the interesting thing. You find a sewer grate, maybe a block down the street. It has been cemented in, so that it cannot be removed and it does not drain.
Interesting. Okay, noted.
Anything else? There's a Camila waiting to give massages. Anybody want to talk to her or anything?
I think it's just like try and make small talk of like how long you been working here? I didn't even this was a public bathhouse. I didn't really realize I had employees. Like, does the city pay XYZ?
They do pay us, and she'll say she's only been working here for maybe 6 months.
How late are you open?
We open at dawn and close at midnight.
I'm trying to think of how to ask this without being super suspicious. Like, are there like any cleaners that come in the morning, or do you have to fold all these towels yourselves?
It is part of my duties to fold and clean the towels.
Can't think of anything else.
Okay. All right. Anybody have anything else? All right. Vyn can be done with the massage. It was good. It was good. He's very strong, this half-orc gentleman.
You're gonna be sore for the next 24 hours, but after that you'll feel great.
Awesome.
Might be a little stiff.
There you go.
Well, whatever the opposite of slouching is, that's what Vyn is doing right now. Her posture is like
rigid. Okay. So no, both of those words don't really work for that. So you exit. I mean, you meet up with the party. Is there anything you guys want to do at this bathhouse?
Took a look around, August. The manhole covers all seem to be cemented up. I know Zarge said take a look around here, but I can't see any way we would actually get into the sewers from here.
While I was searching the north room, I did find something. The stained glass in there. One of the pieces seems to be raised. It requires investigation, but we might have to do that after hours.
So let's get dressed and get out of here.
Okay. Very well. You guys can get dressed and leave. You're left to your device. It was free, so you don't have to pay for it. So everybody's nice and clean. Smells good.
On before the storm, I suppose.
In the spirit of all options on the table, my lackey would fit down the bath hole.
Yes, but who knows where it leads to?
I don't love the idea. It's just trying to throw everything out there. I really think we should push that button that Ophelia found first.
Oh, big surprise.
No bad ideas in brainstorming. I do think that is extremely ill-advised. It's a pipe for water. Don't know how big it is. It's a pipe for water. It's not going to be air in there.
Well, I can breathe in my locket for a few hours, so I'd have to get somewhere safe by then. I didn't realize that Ophelia found a button.
Wait, so if your locket is in water too long, will the inside start to flood?
I've never tried. I don't think so. I mean, like, when it's been cold out and I go in there, then it's always been comfortable. So it seems like whatever's in there is not affected by the outside world. So I would hope not.
Well, let's hope we don't have to find out.
I suppose we just have to wait until they close up shop.
Question is mostly about the employees now. Are they in on it? Or are they just poor saps who got caught in the crossfire?
Yeah.
Do
I
we...
suppose... I'm so good.
Make it.
I was just gonna say No, that doesn't make sense. I was gonna suggest maybe that bathhouse has nothing to do with it. That it's just because it said hide out beneath the bathhouse in the sewers, but with Ophelia finding some secret button, probably is the bathhouse, so I take back what I was going to say.
And if we do investigate tonight and find anything suspicious, we can have the employees arrested tomorrow and interviewed then.
Oh yeah, should we have Keurig arrested? Brought in for questioning. It seemed like Miss Fleming or Fletcher or whatever her name was didn't seem like she was in on it, but Keurig seemed a little more nefarious.
I'm afraid that's getting too close to Amric. And he's going to start knowing that we're really on to him. And it's going to send him underground. If we start making big public moves.
Right. Best not spoil the surprise.
Like, at this point, compared to Van Thamper, Keurig just isn't that big of a deal.
That's fair. Although I will just point out, Amric met me. I didn't give him a proper Hellrider crest. Then, when I was supposed to be delivered from Curix by Vesper to Goldenhide, that went tits up real fast for them. He's probably already on to me.
Sure.
Assuming this button does lead somewhere down into the sewers, should we try and procure ourselves a map?
Seems like a wise move before heading down to territory I've never been before.
A map.
I know. In the Underdark,
Okay.
you need a map unless you're from there. We should get one as soon as possible. But sorry, Ophelia, what were you saying?
I was just about to say a map and perhaps some supplies would be good. If this is anything like the Goldenhide Tannery, we're going to face some rather stiff competition.
Yeah, there are Fists of Bane stationed here. According to the correspondence from Goldenhide.
You suggesting getting our hands on some more healing potions then?
I would certainly feel better if we had them.
Don't forget light. How many of us can say down there? I mean, I'm fine, but the rest of you's...
Ophelia's the only one who has an issue.
And I have that glow skull from Goldenhide.
So we should be okay then. Alright.
You know,
Healing potions and maps then, I guess.
Sure. We split into two teams, tackle them simultaneously. We should be done by tonight.
I'll go with August.
That was good. That was funny. Do you have inspiration?
Yeah, for the recap.
That was good.
Cheers.
All right, then I guess to the Bureau of Sewers and Drainage for us.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, and then Ophelia is gonna go procure some potions from Greaves since they have a standing relationship.
Yeah. I'll go with Ophelia.
That going with August joke was so good. It's like layered, right? Because not only is he like fuck Greaves, right? But he's also like a fucking brown nose. Like I'm going with the boss. You know, it's fucking. That was a really good one. That was
Me and the boss.
Very in character. I thought it was really funny. Okay.
Also, I do have a side mission to myself to never interact with Greaves for the rest of this entire campaign and just come out like 4 gold on top of backdated paperwork.
All right. So what were you gonna say, Vyn?
Oh yeah, where are August and London going again?
They are going to the Bureau of Drains and Underways.
Get a map.
Yep, to get a map of the sewers.
All right, yeah, Vyn will go with them.
Okay. So then Tanis and Ophelia are going to the Eastway Fist Station?
Yep.
Alrighty then. Let's go with... Let's go with August first. So, August, you will head your way towards Clerks Rowe. You have been there earlier in the week. Was it yesterday? Might have been the day before yesterday. In Heapside, so you're right down the street, actually. Let me find the description of...
What is it, the Bureau of Sewers and Drainways?
Yeah, I think it's called Bureau of Sewers and Underways. No, maybe it's Drainways. Drains and Underways? Something like that. I can find it for you, but I'm doing stuff. Okay. The busy street known to the locals as Clerks Rowe, home to many lower city branches of civic and administrative buildings. You can find the administration of sewers or the Bureau of Sewers and Underways, and it is connected to the Dung Sweepers Guild office. So you can go inside, and you are met with almost identical fucking building as when you went to the Bureau of Land Parcels and whatever. There's a desk in front, yes, and you will see an elderly half-orc woman with glasses down at the end of her nose as she says, "How can I help you?"
I step outside and check I walked in the right building.
It's definitely the right building.
London is already fingering 3 gold from his pouch in his backpack.
Okay, yeah, she's like, "How can I help you?"
Good afternoon. My name is Gauntlet August Elderfire. We are conducting an investigation right now, and we would like to procure a map of the sewer system, of as much of the city as possible, but particularly Heapside.
She will say, "If you are here to see a map of the sewers in Heapside, you'll have to fill out an inquiry form. It's standard procedure." And she will look through and find the form and slide it across to you. It's basically the same shit. You just gotta put who you are on it, why you need it, and, sign it or something and return it to her. She will get you a copy of the map. It is not for you. You can look at it, but it's not for you. And you will see chaotic mess of tunnels on top of tunnels on top of tunnels under tunnels over tunnel chamber tunnel. It's a mess. There's so much sewers down here. Like, it's fucking bonkers. It's like you're looking at a map of Undermountain. Would you like to really gaze over it and see if you can find, like, the area you're looking for?
Yeah, if I've only got limited time with this, I'd rather just try and trace.
Okay.
So just put a sheet of paper over and try and trace the sewerways.
Okay. It's going to take you some time to. It's a lot.
Yeah. But if we've got the time to do it, I'll just try and do this as thoroughly as possible.
Should be fine. Is Vyn with you? Vyn, you're with her, or you're with?
Yeah,
August,
I feel like Vyn. I was gonna mention. I think she'll look over August's shoulder.
Can you make an investigation check for me?
Oh yeah.
Well,
sure.
Please describe what you were saying. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
yeah. Just as a bit of banter, she'll be looking over his shoulder, and while he's trying to trace, she'll be pointing out oh, this way. If you take it and go a little further, the map doesn't contain it all, but you can get to the underdock this way. This one too. This one too leads to the underdock.
Cool.
I feel like Vyn would be good with schematics.
That's why that's why I'm having a roll.
Yep. All right, investigation.
Please.
Oh, that's a 20. Dirty
Awesome.
20.
So, as August does the thing where he's like tracing over it, and then he pulls the paper back to make sure he's got the line right, and then comes back and traces some more and pulls the paper back. You stop him for a moment, as you will notice the area where the bathhouse is. You sort of find, by connecting some of the dots that you know in the sewers, you find the area where the bathhouse is. And you will notice that within maybe 80 to 100 yards of it, every single path that leads towards where the bathhouse is ends in a dead end, as if the bathhouse and like 100 yards around it is gated off. Not gated,
Okay.
sealed, like a dead end.
Okay, yeah, she'll, like, as she's kind of like joking around and like tracing, like, you know, Underdark's this way and that, she'll like pause and then be like, wait a minute. August, stop tracing for a moment. Let me just look at the original. And he, you know, he pulls it from under or whatever. Look at this here. This tunnel and that one. Say all these dead ends, they all lead to the same chamber right here. This must be the dancing nymph.
Peculiar, isn't it, that bathhouse doesn't have any sewers running to it?
I'm guessing. I would wager, in fact, that all of those pathways, they've either been fully closed off or partially closed off, but they definitely were not dead ends until... Well, I mean, how dry was that cement you found, London?
Pretty dry, but someone had certainly cemented over what was a manhole cover. Perhaps the same person that converted all these waterways into dead ends.
And there's documentation, so it's new, but not new now.
Yeah, you can actually see a date on this one. It was like 5 to 8 years ago. Something like that.
And so it's not like there's just a blank spot around the Frolicking Nymph. There's still sewer tunnels over there. It's just cut off from the rest of the sewer system.
No, it is like a blank spot.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see. I was thinking about it in reverse. So there's a bunch of dead ends that seem to surround an outline
Correct.
of something. Okay,
Yes.
got it. That makes more sense.
Yes. I'm sorry if I narrated it poorly. But yes,
No.
it seems like all of the tunnels that would lead to the sewers under the bathhouse are dead ends. So there is like a
Okay.
void in the map.
There it is. The outline right here. That's definitely another chamber. But you can't get to it the normal way.
Certainly suspicious. Bathhouse with no drainage.
Maybe that button is our only way in. Perhaps the
Imagine
maps
so.
are incomplete or altered with or something.
Oh man, you know what? Actually, what it is, because this is a copy of the map, right? So it's dated Flame Rule the Second or whatever, 1490, whatever, right? And then underneath of it is the seal of Baldur's Gate, and underneath of that it says Duke, or no, it just says Master of Underways, Thalamra Van Thamper.
But one step closer.
Isn't anybody who points out this inconsistency in the map gets fired or worse then?
I wouldn't doubt it. Well, I think we'll keep this to ourselves for now.
I mean, there is still a chance that these waterways do lead to the bathhouse, and the map has just been altered in such a way that makes people think there is no access there. Or perhaps they have been sealed off, who knows, but it's certainly peculiar.
From what I know, traveling through a few times, and the tunnels do get sealed off, but rarely so many in the same area.
Yeah, if you have any familiarity, Vyn, with the sewers, you'll know that, like, if there's, like, a big infestation of monsters or something, they'll just collapse the sewer there. Or they'll seal
Oh
it
yeah,
off.
sure. So
They'll brick it off or something. Like, sometimes there are situations that aren't worth dealing with, and they just brick it off.
I guess we'll just look for any other similar looking blank spots.
Sure. You don't find any in Heapside. But you do find where a lot of tunnels have been sealed off, so it's not uncommon. But not any, like, Vyn noticed that this sort of culminated into one spot. Otherwise, it would just look like a regular map.
Well, I imagine it's there's so many tunnels. It's only like this little blank spot. Like it's not too noticeable.
Right.
Yeah.
I think we got what we needed from here.
Okay.
Let's come back to the east way then.
Have a nice day.
Do we have to pay a fee for that?
No.
Oh.
No, that's just public records. You can look at that. That's fine. You can look at the fucking map of the sewers. It's fine. Actually, no. You have to pay 3 gold.
Nice.
Why did I ask?
I would have forgotten.
All right.
I had to think about it.
I'll mark that off.
Yep. Okay. Sorry, I didn't have the fucking drainway fucking bureau planned out for you guys.
We don't have like a flaming fist credit card or something for like business expenses.
You got to make a inquiry at the Flaming Fist office to get some money to pay for this kind of stuff. You guys are
Why
trying
do you
to
think
take a
I-
lot of shortcuts.
Why do you think I took a receipt? You get reimbursed.
Yeah, that's true. You could probably do that actually. All right, so we're gonna cut to no. You guys are leaving the office, and you will see a tiefling man. He has a bucket of paste and a stack of flyers in a sort of haphazardly in a satchel, and he takes the flyer and puts it up on the wall and pastes over it right on this building. And he'll do that maybe 3 times in a row. But you will see the flyer. And it says, join Duke Dillard Portyr in the Wide around the beloved Ranger statue tomorrow morning for a charity breakfast. All refugees welcome. No questions asked. First come, first serve. Food, supplies, and speech by the Duke himself. Support the Confraternity of Refugee Relief.
And who's that by? Duke.
Dillard Portyr. Support the Confraternity of Refugee Relief.
And sorry, where is it?
In the Wide, around the beloved Ranger statue.
Does it seem odd to you, Gauntlet Elderfire, rounding up all the refugees in one place?
It will sound odd to you because the Wide is in the upper city.
Oh.
Oh, I don't know. That's getting pulled off.
My family, when I was young, we always dreamed of perhaps making it to the upper city someday if we got enough wealth and influence. And we had some money when I was younger, but never enough for the upper city. This is very odd.
Can't imagine that they would just let hundreds, if not thousands, of refugees in. Is the little boy still there? Who's like basically?
It's a man, but yeah, I mean, yeah, he's.
The tiefling dude.
Yeah, he's there. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. Flaming Fist here. Who's paid you or instructed you to do these flies?
I work for Confraternity of Refugee Relief. It is Duke Dillard Portyr.
The Confraternity of Refugees.
Mhm.
We've heard that before.
You have, yeah, in the newspaper.
first glance, it seems just like any other political stunt. You know, you'd rather have the refugees like you than hate you if there's a lot of them and they're very passionate about the situation they're in.
Seems like a politicking thing to do, but damn them. I suppose I'll never get my chance to see the upper city unless unless we somehow end up there in this
The
investigation.
tiefling is walking away, and he hears you say that, and he says, "It is no worry. Dillard Portyr has ordered the Baldur's Gate to be open for a few hours to the public."
Vyn's jaw like drops all the way to the ground. Oh, we have to go. But for investigative purposes, of course.
My initial suspicions were more nefarious for that, but I suppose if it's a political play, then so be it.
Yeah, it's very interesting political play because he's ingratiating himself with the refugees at the cost of the patriarchs. They're going to hate him for this. I mean,
Well, you will know that Duke Dillard Portyr, he's a weathercock. Like, he sort of blows whatever way the wind goes. But at the same time, he does have a lot of sway in the parliament. Like, he's been a duke for a long, long time. He knows people. People like him.
fair enough. I just imagine all the stuffy patriarchs being like
No,
NIMBY people.
definitely not gonna take that from you. Just saying. Like, there are some people who support Portyr. But you are absolutely right. People are going to be pissed about that.
The other day, Ophelia referred to this town and situation as a powder keg. I can't imagine this would help matters.
I hope they're refugees, so that's good.
I'm going to rip one off the wall just to have...
Yep, you can take it. It's still wet with paste.
Like that on the back of Vyn's armor, and...
Okay. All right. We cut to Ophelia and Tanis as they make their way towards the Eastway Fist Station. You get, like, over towards, like, this little town center-y thing here. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's right about north of the Eastway. And as you're making your way through there, you will see... You'll have a similar encounter. You hear a loud voice of a herald echoing through the alleyways. The crier is standing on a raised platform, like a crate or a portable sort of step stool. And he's ringing a bell. Hear ye, hear ye! By decree of Duke Dillard Portyr, the Baldur's Gate to the upper city shall be opened tomorrow morn for a grand charity breakfast in the wide, around the beloved ranger statues. All refugees, legal and otherwise, are welcome to attend. Food and basic supplies will be given on a first-come, first-served basis. His Grace, Duke Portyr, will be speaking to all who attend. Support Duke Portyr's Confraternity of Refugee Relief Fundraiser. Bring-da-ding, ring-da-ding.
I don't think I heard him correctly.
They're
They're opening up the upper city to refugees.
I hadn't dreamed I'd see the upper city for years, and they're just opening the gates? I would commend a sudden...
By the way, just the one gate.
Well,
No,
opening
I
the
just
one gate.
also just to add to it, like, it's just one gate. They're not opening all of the upper city, just the one gate that's closest to the wide.
Heap Gate or Baldur's Gate?
They're actually opening the Baldur's Gate because
The
it's
Baldur's
Baldur's
Gate,
Gate.
it's open.
yeah, because it's cooler.
All my hours in the video game, just never got the well. I guess at the end. At the
Yeah,
end, but that's it.
technically.
Technically, yeah.
She would say, I'm struck by their sudden sense of civic responsibility.
I wonder if perhaps Blaise Portyr had a discussion with your uncle on how to win back the city before it gets too far out of hand.
Well, certainly stabilizing the refugee situation would do a lot. People don't need much in the short time, but they do need food and supplies.
I kept my shit-covered cloak. We can find you a beggar, too. I'm sure that when August, Gauntlet Elderfire, and the rest of Second Company hears of this, they'll have the same idea we have.
A little rendezvous in the wide. Wouldn't be a worst afternoon. Although perhaps London might be an easier companion. There's not many 8-foot-tall beggars.
It's going to be in the morning, by the way. It's a breakfast.
Ah.
Also, like, another reason, you know, is like it's going to be in the morning, so it's not going to be like a lot of people up and about. You know what I mean? Like, it's only going to be open for a couple of hours.
Right. They're all going to be like nursing their hangovers from partying and drinking champagne all night.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's get these potions and get back to Gauntlet Elderfire. Or are they meeting us here? I don't recall the plan, but
I'll speak to Greaves. We'll head back to the Frolicking Nymph.
Okay. We smash cut, and it's just Greaves' face, and he looks so fucking impressed. And he's like, more potions?
More potions.
You can't expect me to fast-track these ones, too. I had to wake up early, so I caught Zodge in the morning.
what if I told you they were a very, very important cause?
There. He looks around. Do you know how many times a day I hear very important cause?
3?
At least.
I can assure you, Flame Zodge will sign off on these the second he sees that they're being requested by Second Company.
Are you Second Company's quartermaster?
I am not.
Okay. He looks over towards Ophelia.
I am certain Flame Zodge will sign off on these. And perhaps to help you out, if you happen to have any error requisition forms available, I can take them with me.
I'm listening. Make a persuasion check. I'll give you advantage because Tannis is helping.
He has a big old shit-eating grin on his face right now.
That is a 14.
Okay, not bad. He'll say, all right, I'll make you a deal. How many potions you want? You probably filled out the requisition form. How many's on the requisition form?
5.
Okay. He will say, I'll get you these 5 potions, and I'll fast track them. You bring that London to me.
She thinks for a moment and holds out her hand. Deal.
He shakes it.
Favor for a favor.
You got it. All right. He works out some shit, gets you your 5 potions.
I thought the first PvP was gonna be like Ophelia and Tannis. It's clearly gonna be London and Ophelia.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I was gonna say cut to black bag going over his head in the middle of the night.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, and then you just pull it off, and it's just a clipboard in front of him. That's good. Okay. All right. So you get your potions. No big deal.
Yep.
Greaves will reiterate. You bring that rose to me.
Personally delivered.
He smiles and crosses his arms and leans back in his chair like, oh yeah, I did it now. I got him now. So you can make, I guess, Bathhouse was the next meeting spot?
Yeah, I guess just real quick, player to player. Eric, did you want to get javelins at some point? I don't remember if you ever got those. No, they were at Greaves.
I have 4 right now.
Okay.
I assume that's probably the normal amount.
Sure. You're good. And did you want to get anything else from Greaves?
Not that I can think of, no.
We're good. We do. I mean, okay. Explain to me, like, what do we want to happen?
No, what I, like, player to player, I was thinking, like, before we wait, stake it out until the people leave, the workers, and then we start investigating.
Okay.
Probably gonna try and get into the sewers through the bathhouse.
I think we probably just do what we did last time. Wait till nightfall, hop the wall.
Yep.
And then press the button.
Okay.
And improvise from there.
All right. We cut to nightfall. And you are all waiting in like an alley nearby, waiting to see if the employees leave. The Camilla, customers or whatever you would call them for this kind of place, come in and out all for the rest of the day. No one looking super suspicious, but it's hard to say. Like, a bunch of grimy people come here to take a bath, so I mean, you know, who's to say? No one you recognize, or like see any imagery of like fucking Dead 3 or anything. You watch as Camilla leaves 11:30, 11 o'clock maybe. But you do not see Jabaz the half-orc leave for a little while. Did you want to make a move? Like, it's not midnight yet, and they said they close at midnight. Did you want to make a move, or did you want to wait till after midnight?
We'll look towards the gauntlet.
We should question them. We can't be sure that they don't know what's going on. They're just hesitant to question and detain an innocent person if they are just caught up in this.
Well, we have our manacles. I mean, there's no reason to harm them as long as they comply. We make sure they're secured. We ask them some questions. We look around.
Suppose if
Standard
they
business.
put up a fight, we'll know rather quickly.
Very well.
So, did you want to
Let's
wait
head
till
in.
after midnight, or you want to just go ahead and head in?
Let's head in.
All right. You guys head in, and as you're entering, you'll see Jabaz in his scrubs, folding some towels. And when you enter, he'll say, without looking up, he'll say, "I'm sorry, we're closed. We're closing very soon. We don't have any time for any more customers today. I'm sorry." And he'll look up, and he'll say, "Oh, can I help you?"
Hopefully. How long have you been working here?
Many years. 5, maybe 6.
So that means you know where the secret door is?
His eyes widen. I don't know what you're talking about.
Do I
Insight,
believe him?
No, you don't believe him.
Okay.
That's an insight check right there.
You don't even
I wasn't
need
sure
it.
if he was just an innocent, nervous man or like, oh
Yeah,
shit.
You don't need the insight
Okay.
check.
All right. Why don't you go open it for us?
No. You don't understand. I'm not involved. I can't. Mortlock would have my head.
Who?
Mortlock. I'm sorry, Lord Vanthamper.
Which? Is that the other brother? Great. So it's the entire family.
The bathhouse is owned by Duke Vanthamper, and her youngest son, Mortlock, runs the place. He's a huge man. Huge. And he's got horrific burn scars all over his body. He speaks eloquently, but he's known around the city to associate with, and he whispers, criminals. I can't say anymore. He said bad things would happen to me if I said anything.
You said he associates with criminals.
I didn't say that.
Let me ask again. You said he associates with criminals.
He's like looking around really nervously. What do you want to know? Just make it quick, please. I want to get out of here. Mortlock says I can't stay past close. Not a minute late, he says.
What happens past close?
I don't know. He told me never to stay past close.
Surely in the years you were here, you left a little late one time. Must have seen something.
Make a persuasion check. I'll give you advantage, because August is pressing him too.
Okay. Persuasion. That is a 13.
He says, I haven't. I've been very careful about it. All I know is, or I don't even know this. But I know about the secret door. I mean, how could I not? I work here. But Morlock says never to go down there. But he goes down there all the time. And I suspect he's running some sort of shady business on the side down there. And he's using the bathhouse as like a front without the Duke knowing. But I don't know anything. And I really have to get going. It's going to be midnight soon. You can stick around, but I'm not.
I believe you.
Do you have friends you can stay with for the next few days? I wouldn't recommend coming back here.
Oh no, what have I gotten myself into?
Bad shit by working here and dealing with him.
I didn't know. I didn't want to. Are you saying I'm in danger?
Not
You
from
are,
us.
but we can help. Now, if you need some protection, we'll be able to take you back to the Eastway Fifth Station. You'll be surrounded by the city's best.
In a cellar.
Forgive me, but telling you what I've told you now, I'm afraid you're just gonna arrest me.
More of an order of protection until we are done with.
Look, I gotta get out of here. You can stay here and find out what happens. I'm not.
Does he seem genuine in that, or
Make an
do we
insight
think
check.
he's- I'm just afraid he's gonna run immediately back to Van Thamper. 4.
He is so fucking scared. He's scared. He's trembling.
Unless anybody's got anything else, I think let's let this man leave before we drag him any further into this.
Agreed. Lay low, find somewhere to stay. Distant friends, third cousins. Fifth cousins, probably better.
He'll say, I'm locking the gate behind me. You can make it look like you broke in or something. I want nothing to do with this. Please don't endanger me. I've told you everything that I know.
Hopefully by the time we're done, you won't have to worry about threats from here anymore.
He just turns away and quickly leaves.
Okay.
So we'll be investigating his murder in 2 days from now.
Do we use this opportunity to get the drop with them then? This place is supposed to be empty. If we are lurking in the shadows, perhaps that's a step up on whatever business is going on here.
Assuming he doesn't rat us out immediately because he's scared for his life.
I mean, he didn't run downstairs. So we're in between. And Thamper and him.
Assuming that Vanthamper is downstairs and doesn't come here.
My vote is to go downstairs now.
My vote is to hide here and wait till a few minutes after midnight, and then if no one comes, go downstairs.
My vote doesn't matter. I'll just do whatever August tells me to.
Yeah, it's my vote too, I suppose, but...
Either way, once we confront this Mortlock, I think the Tressem's really out of the bag there. He's now going back at this point.
Yeah, if this is anything like Golden Hide, and this night could very well end up with us fighting a Vanthamper to the death.
Well, fine by me. She cocks the gauntlet.
Let's maybe try and take him alive. But, you know, our own safety comes first.
You know, if we drag a Vanthamper back to the Eastway Face Station under arrest, Flame Zodge is going to have an aneurysm.
Portyr's there too.
She might have our heads.
Depends on...
Get him red-handed, though. With undeniable evidence? I mean...
In the sewers with the dead three.
That solidifies Vanthamper. Like, that's gonna... You know, Vanthamper and Beldroth are gonna lose a lot of credibility. So, high risk, high reward.
What's your orders then, Gauntlet?
From the way the employee put it, it seems like there's always something going on down there. And either way, if they're going to come in after midnight, I'd rather, you know, be down there waiting to surprise them. And if there's some down there, you know, we could get them while they're separated.
Do Operation Lock and Tree again.
Sewer tree. All right, so the plan is like to just go directly down right now.
Press that button.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Any objections?
No, but before we go, could I just double check that the guy actually did lock up the front gate properly?
Fuck yeah, he did.
Okay. Just making sure he didn't like put like a big red X on the door.
No, yeah, I do want to make it seem like we haven't been going through here, so.
All right. Tanis gets back, and you guys open the door to the north masseuse chamber. And as you do, you will see the wall where next to the stained glass door is open. And there's 3 fucking dudes standing there.
Oh.
No, that was quick.
Actually, there is one dude that is... So there's a Nightblade and a Necromite. And then there's this one guy that's leading them. And he's got a black cloak on, all black. And his hood covers his face, only you do not see a face at all. It's not like the Nightblades that wear the masks. This dude does not have a face. It is just Nazgul-ass darkness in the hole. Let me send you a handout. Come on, where is it, creatures? You will see a Reaper of Ball.
I think it's time to say the line, London.
Yeah, with the door slides open, it's like them 3 immediately. It's like, by the name of the Flaming Fist, you are under arrest.
And when you say that, this Reaper turns into like a fucking ball of shadow and disappears. And we're gonna roll initiative when we start next session.
Oh, god damn it!
I knew I should take and fucking see invisibility. Damn it!
I have it. Don't worry.
Okay.
Damn it! If we waited till a few minutes after midnight, were they gonna come up?
But yeah, I mean, if you had waited, they would have already been in here. But they would have come up. I mean, you saw them as they were leaving the secret door. Like, you are a few minutes past midnight. You're like a minute and a half past midnight.
Sweet.
Oh shit.
Yep. And they sort of walk into the room, and the necromite holds up his skull like, I'm gonna fucking necrotize you, and the Reaper's like throwing daggers. You know, so it's just combat on either side of this small ass room.
I love it. All right.
Uh,
Cool.
rip
I
to
can't wait
that-
for next week.
Rip to that attendant.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heard that,
did-
and they heard that
Right.
entire conversation.
We definitely got that guy killed.
I tried to get him to the Eastway station, but
Should have arrested him.
All right. Well, I will see you guys next week. That
Next week,
is
yeah.
the end of the session.